Rhodiola, otherwise known as golden root, has very potent adaptogenic qualities, energy enhancing qualities, and the ability to actually help our bodies burn fat more efficiently. Next to holy basil, it is the most powerful herb for decreasing or lowering stress hormone cortisol, which has the positive effects on our immune system, on our hormonal system, on our metabolism, which gives us an enhanced ability to burn fat, and our overall adrenal cortex, so we actually become more resilient and energized in the face of stress and throughout our day. Rhodiola stems from Russia, where it's been documented to be used for at least 100 years to improve physical performance, endurance, stamina, mental performance, and to build resilience against fatigue and stress. So essentially it makes you stronger and more tolerant and durable in the face of stress. So this herb helps you build physiological and mental or cognitive resilience. However, more specifically, rhodiola has 4 major benefits. That is positive effects on the metabolism and the ability to burn fat effectively, increase energy levels, the ability to decrease stress, and lastly, enhance brain or cognitive function. So looking at these benefits specifically one by one, looking at rhodiola's effect on the metabolism and the ability to burn fat, it contains a specific, unique constituent known as rosavin, which essentially triggers fat burning mode in our body. So it puts us in a state of burning fat for fuel. Additionally, it triggers hormone-sensitive enzyme lipase, which breaks down stored belly fat, which is why rhodiola is really popular for burning visceral belly fat, which is linked to elevated cortisol levels in the blood. So if you experience excess belly fat around the lower part of your abdomen, it's likely that you have elevated cortisol levels, and that taking rhodiola can help trigger your body into fat burning mode and activate those enzymes, that enzyme lipase, to burn off that stored belly fat. Next, we find that rhodiola increases our endurance, our energy, by basically nourishing our adrenal cortex. So it makes our stress system more resilient, so we secrete healthier levels of adrenaline and cortisol. But also it increases our red blood cell count, and it helps our body produce more ATP, which is basically cellular energy. So it oxygenates our cells more, providing us with a more natural energy, the energy we experience when we're healthy, fit, and we're capable of enduring more physical activity. So if you're somebody with low levels of energy, you're fatigued easily, you perhaps even have adrenal fatigue, then taking rhodiola is a really great way to increase that ATP energy, which is going to drive energy to your cells, improving your energy on a cellular level rather than just through a stimulative way or a hormonal output from cortisol or adrenaline, but actually promoting healthier, more active and energized cells. Next, as I said earlier, rhodiola decreases stress hormone cortisol, which has many benefits on the body. If cortisol is elevated, then a few things can happen in our bodies that we would probably rather not experience. The first thing is going to be we have a suppressed immune function. So elevated cortisol levels in the blood for too long means suppressed immunity, which can lead to illnesses and infections later on in the body. Elevated cortisol can also trigger our body to store more fat, particularly around our belly area, which nobody really wants to experience. Not just that, but elevated cortisol weakens our adrenals and essentially leads to adrenal fatigue, which increases our likelihood of feeling stressed out all the time, anxious, worried, and even depressed, because if we're not secreting healthier levels of cortisol and they're too elevated, what happens is our adrenals become fatigued, we can't handle stress, so we're more stressed out in simple situations, and so we're more, I guess you could say, reactive in emotional situations. Not just that though, but elevated cortisol decreases neurotransmitters, dopamine, serotonin, and neuroepinephrine, which are feel-good endorphins. So too much cortisol could lead to depression. So by decreasing elevated cortisol, we're going to be happier, we're going to be thinner, and we're going to have a healthier immune system. Lastly, we find that rhodiola is really great for improving brain neurons, which are basically our brain cells. So it improves our brain function on a cellular level, so you're likely to experience greater levels of focus, concentration, perhaps even improved memory, and just overall thinking capacity. So this is a really great sort of performance enhancing medicine or herb that is used on the mental side of things. So if you're somebody who is a musician, you write, you do a lot of reading, you're in school, you do computer work, this is a great herb for increasing your mental performance, not just your physical performance. So if you're interested in taking rhodiola for these benefits or other just overall immune health benefits or longevity benefits, then the ideal recommended dose is going to be around 200 to 50 milligrams daily of a standardized extract of rhodiola. I prefer a powdered extracted herb that is a concentrated at least 20 to 1, so that way I'm getting the most of the medicinal constituents in the smallest dosage. So if you're interested in trying this type of rhodiola or learning a little bit more, then you can visit the link below.